At exactly 3 a.m., I woke up, but I don't remember falling asleep. My eyes snapped open like something had forced them. The room was dark. Too dark. And then I heard it. A soft creak. Like the wooden frame of my bed had shifted under weight. I froze. At first, I told myself it was nothing. Maybe I moved in my sleep. Maybe it was just one of those random noises houses make at night. But then it happened again. Creak. This time, slower. Heavier. Like someone was sitting down. Right at the end of my bed. I couldn't move. Not because I didn't want to, I physically couldn't. My body felt locked, like it didn't belong to me anymore. Sleep paralysis. That's what I thought. I had read about it before. Your mind wakes up, but your body stays frozen. People see things. Hear things. So I tried to calm myself down. This isn't real, I whispered in my head. It's just your brain. But then. I felt it. The mattress slowly sinking near my feet. Something was definitely sitting there. And it wasn't light. Whatever it was, it had weight. Real weight. My breathing became shallow. I tried to move my toes, nothing. Tried to turn my head, nothing. All I could do was stare at the ceiling while my heart pounded so hard it felt like it might explode. And then. Something even worse happened. It leaned forward. I didn't see it. But I felt it. The pressure shifted, moving closer, slowly, carefully. Like it was crawling toward me. That's when I heard breathing. Not mine. Something else. Right in front of me. Slow, wet, uneven breathing. Like whatever it was, had been waiting a long time. And then. It whispered. Very softly. Right next to my ear. You're awake. My entire body went cold. Because I hadn't made a sound. I hadn't moved. There was no way it could know. Unless. It was watching me the whole time. I tried to scream. Nothing came out. My mouth wouldn't open. My lungs felt empty. And that thing, whatever it was still right there. Listening. Waiting. Then suddenly, I woke up. I sat upright, gasping for air. My room looked normal again. No pressure on the bed. No breathing. No whisper. Nothing. I checked the time. 3:01 a.m. I didn't sleep again that night. The next morning, I convinced myself it was just a nightmare. Sleep paralysis. Stress. Overthinking. That's what everyone says, right? But deep down, something felt wrong. Because it didn't feel like a dream. It felt real. And that night, at exactly 3:00 a.m., it came back that I tried everything to stay awake. Coffee. Lights on. TV playing in the background. I even kept my phone in my hand, scrolling endlessly just to make sure I didn't fall asleep. Because I knew. If I slept, it would come back. The clock on my phone read 2:47 a.m. Just 13 minutes to go. My eyes burned from exhaustion, but I forced them open. Just stay awake, I whispered to myself. Just make it past 3. 2:59 a.m. I sat up in bed, back against the wall, staring at the door. Every light in my room was on. There was no way anything could hide. No shadows. No darkness. No fear. Right? 3 a.m. Nothing happened. I let out a shaky breath. See? It was just in your head, I muttered. I almost laughed. Almost. Then my phone screen went black. I frowned and tapped it. Nothing. Dead. But it had 42 battery just seconds ago. And then. The lights went out. Total darkness. Instant. Like someone flipped a switch on reality itself. My heart dropped. No, 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 creak. That sound again. Slow. Heavy. Right at the end of my bed. I couldn't move. Again. My body locked instantly, faster this time. Like whatever this was had learned. I wasn't even lying down. I was sitting up. And yet. I still couldn't move. That's when I realized something worse. This wasn't sleep paralysis. I wasn't asleep. I was wide awake. The mattress dipped again. Deeper this time. Closer. And then. I saw it. At first, just a shape. Darker than the darkness around it. Like a shadow that didn't belong to the room. It sat at the end of my bed. Perfectly still. Watching me. I couldn't see its face. But I could feel its eyes. Locked onto mine. Seconds passed. Or maybe minutes. I couldn't tell. Time didn't feel normal anymore. Then slowly. It tilted its head. And in a voice that sounded almost human. It spoke. You stayed awake. My heart stopped. It knew. It knew I tried to avoid it. I wanted to scream. To run. To do anything. But I was trapped inside my own body. I tried to speak, but only a broken breath came out. The thing leaned forward slightly. The bed creaked under its weight. You're not supposed to do that. Its voice wasn't loud. It didn't need to be. It felt like it was speaking directly inside my head. Tears started forming in my eyes. I couldn't stop them. What are you? I finally managed to whisper. Silence. For a moment, I thought it wouldn't answer. Then. It smiled. I couldn't fully see it. But I felt it. That unnatural, stretched grin in the dark. I've always been here. My chest tightened. That's not possible, I whispered. I just moved here 3 weeks ago. Another pause. Then it said something that made my blood run cold. No, its head tilted again. Slow. Precise. Almost curious. You didn't. My stomach dropped. What? The thing leaned closer. Closer than before. I could almost make out its face now. Long, too long. And its eyes, they weren't blinking. You've been here, much longer. My mind raced. That didn't make sense. None of this made sense. I think I would remember that, I said, my voice shaking. It let out a soft, dry chuckle. No, another pause. You only remember the parts one let you. Something inside me broke. What do you mean? I begged. It didn't answer right away. Instead, it slowly lifted one hand. Long fingers. Too many joints. And pointed. At the wall behind me. I couldn't turn my head. But my eyes strained to look. And that's when I saw it. Scratches. Deep, carved lines in the wall. Dozens of them. No. Hundreds. Each one slightly different. But all repeating the same thing. Over. And over. And over again. Don't sleep. My breathing stopped. I didn't do that, I whispered. The thing leaned closer to my face. So close I could feel something cold brushing my skin. Yes, a long pause. You did. My vision blurred. My head spun. How many nights, have you forgotten? It whispered. Tears streamed down my face. What do you want from me? I cried. For the first time. It didn't answer immediately. Instead, it moved. Slowly. Carefully. It slid off the bed. And began crawling toward me. It moved. Not like a human. Not like anything I had ever seen. Its limbs bent in the wrong directions. Dragging, twitching, pulling itself across the floor like it wasn't used to having a body. I tried to scream. Nothing. Still trapped. Still frozen. Still completely helpless. It reached the side of my bed. And then, slowly, it began to rise. Not by standing. No. It climbed. Its long fingers dug into the mattress, pulling itself upward, inch by inch, until its face was level with mine. Now I could see it. And I wish I couldn't. Its skin looked stretched, like it didn't fit properly. Its mouth, too wide. Its eyes, completely black. But the worst part? It looked like me. Not exactly. But close enough that my brain couldn't ignore it. Same face. Same shape. Same, everything. Just, wrong. It smiled. That same unnatural, stretched smile. I told you, it whispered. I've always been here. My heart pounded so violently I thought it might kill me before this thing did. No, I forced out, barely able to breathe. That's not possible, it tilted its head. Mocking me. Then why do you look like me? I asked. For the first time. It didn't smile. Its expression slowly faded into something else. Something colder. Something, disappointed. Because, it whispered. It leaned closer. So close its forehead almost touched mine. I am you. Everything inside me shattered. No, I said again, but this time it sounded weak. Pointless. It lifted one long finger. And pressed it gently against my forehead. The moment it touched me, everything came back. Not memories. Not exactly. More like fragments. Broken pieces. Me, sitting in this exact bed. Scratching the wall over and over. Writing, "Don't sleep," again and again until my fingers bled. Me, waking up every night at 3 a.m. Seeing it, talking to it, begging it. Me, forgetting. Again. And again. And again. I gasped as the visions flooded my mind. How many times? I whispered. It smiled again. I stopped counting. My breathing became erratic. Why are you doing this to me? I cried. It leaned back slightly. Watching me. Studying me. I'm not doing anything to you. A pause. You're doing this to yourself. That didn't make sense. It couldn't make sense. I don't understand. I shouted. Its smile widened. You will. And then. It said something that made my blood turn to ice. You always do. The room suddenly felt smaller. Heavier. Like the walls were closing in. What happens at 3 a.m.? I asked, my voice trembling. It didn't answer right away. Instead, it slowly turned its head. And looked at the clock. Still frozen at 3 a.m. Then it looked back at me. That's when you wake up. A long pause. And that's when I take over. My chest tightened. What does that mean? It didn't respond. Instead, it did something worse. It reached out. And grabbed my arm. This time, I felt it. Cold. Unnatural. Too strong. And suddenly, I could move. But not by myself. My body stood up. But I wasn't controlling it. No, stop, I tried to resist, but it was useless. My legs stepped forward. My hands moved. My body wasn't mine anymore.